Peter Obi, a highly popular Igbo man, is a Nigerian politician and businessman. His full names are Peter Gregory Obi, but he is fondly called Okute by his supporters. Peter Gregory Obi was born at Onitsha in Anambra, a state located in the eastern region of Nigeria. He hails from Agolo, in the Anocha local government area of Anambra State. Obi is a Catholic by faith and a Papal Knight of the Order of St. Sylvester. Peter Obi was born on the 19th of July 1961, 1 year after Nigeria gained independence from the British. Peter Obi's parents are Mr. Josephat and Mrs. Agnes Obi. They lived in the commercial city of Onitsha before the Biafran War. Peter Obi's father, Josephat, made money early in life and owned the popular Ideal Soul supermarket in Onitsha back then. Peter Obi's father died during the Biafran War in 1968 when Peter Obi was barely 7. The effects of the Civil War crashed the supermarket business and the family started from the scratch all over again after the war. Peter Obi's mother would go through tough times and hard work to build the family back financially. She had the domestic training center where she groomed young girls to become better wives for their husbands. She taught them the right values, morals, and also skills like weaving, bakery, sewing, among others. Peter Obi's parents gave birth to 10 children, of which Peter Obi is the 6th. Out of the 10, 2 are late, while 8 are still alive. Peter Obi's siblings are Dominic Obi, Bibiana Obi, Iranus Obi, Damian Obi, Reverend Sister Martina Obi, Reverend Father Fabian Obi, Agnes Obi, Dr. Francis Obi, and the last born, Ndibe Obi, who is the face behind the next cash and carry supermarkets in Nigeria. As a child, Peter Obi had his primary school education at the Santa Maria Primary School, Onitsha. He attended Christ the King College, Onitsha, where he obtained his West African Secondary School certificate. He later gained admission into the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, in 1980 and bagged a Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy degree in 1984. Peter Obi attended Lagos Business School, Nigeria, where he did his Chief Executive program. He also attended Harvard Business School, Boston, USA, where he did 2 programs. Other schools Peter Obi attended include London School of Economics, where he studied financial management and business policy, the Columbia Business School in New York, USA, where he studied marketing management, Institute for Management Development, Switzerland, where he also got 2 certificates in Senior Executive Program and Breakthrough Programs for CEOs. He attended the Kellogg's Graduate School of Management in the USA, where he studied an Advanced Executive Program. He also attended the Kellogg School of Management USA, where he studied the Global Advanced Management Program. He attended Oxford University, the Said Business School, where he studied an Advanced Management and Leadership Program. Peter Obi also attended Cambridge University, the George Business School, where he studied an Advanced Leadership Program. As noted earlier, Peter Obi is a businessman. He started his life as a trader, a path which is not surprising since he was born into a trading family. He started very early as a young boy selling kerosene in Onitsha. Later in life, he would go into importation and marketing of beverages and wines, and also the supermarket business of his late father and family. From its registration in 1988, Peter Obi used his company Next International Nigeria Limited in brand development and distribution of fast-moving consumer goods. By May 2012, through his family's company Next International, he held 7.5% of Sabmila, the owners of the 75% Interfact breweries in Anambra State. Next International was the mother company that bettered the popular Next Cash and Carry chain of supermarkets in Nigeria. He eventually sold the business to his younger brother, Ndibe Obi. From business, Peter Obi ventured into the corporate world and has served in numerous positions for different companies. Some of the positions which he held before political office include former chairman Fidelity Bank PLC, former chairman Guardian Express Mortgage Bank Limited, former chairman Future View Securities Limited, former chairman Paymaster Nigeria PLC, former chairman Next International Nigeria Limited, former director Guardian Express Bank PLC, former director Charms Nigeria PLC, former director Emerging Capital Limited, former director Card Center PLC. Obi is also a member of some renowned professional organizations, and they are the Nigerian Economic Summit Group, NESG, the Nigerian Chartered Institute of Bankers, the British Institute of Directors, IOD. Peter Obi's political career. Peter Obi's political career came into limelight when he contested for the governorship position of Anambra State as the candidate of the All Progressive Grand Alliance Political Party, APGA, in 2003. His opponent, Chris Ngige, of the People's Democratic Party, was declared winner by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Peter challenged Ngige's victory in court and was declared the actual winner of the elections by the Court of Appeal on the 15th of March 2006. Peter Obi resumed office on the 19th of March 2006. On the 2nd of November of that same year, after 7 months in office, Peter Obi was impeached by the State House of Assembly and was replaced by his deputy, Virginia Itiaba, making her the first ever female governor in Nigeria's history. Peter Obi returned to court and challenged the impeachment and was reinstated on the 9th of February 2007 by the Court of Appeal sitting in Enugu. Virginia Itiaba handed power back to Peter Obi after the court ruling. In May 2007, Obi vacated the governor's office after Andy Uba won the general elections. Meanwhile, he fought the election of Uba in court, claiming that the 4-year tenure he had won in 2003 only started counting when he assumed office in 2006 and should be allowed to complete his 4-year tenure. The Supreme Court of Nigeria on the 14th of June 2006 sided with Peter Obi and ordered Andy Uba to vacate office for Peter Obi. He served as first-term governor until March 2010. He then went ahead to contest for a second term in office. Peter Obi was declared winner of the 2010 Anambra governorship elections on the 7th of February 2010 after defeating the former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Professor Charles Soludo. Peter Obi served his second term as governor of Anambra State until the 17th of March 2014, after which he handed over to Willie Obiano. Peter Obi officially left the All Progressive Grand Alliance, APGA, on the October 7th, 2014, to join the People's Democratic Party, PDP. After winning the 2015 presidential elections, President Goodluck Jonathan appointed Peter Obi as the chairman of the Nigerian Security and Exchange Commission (SEC). On October 12, 2018, Peter Obi was named the presidential running mate of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party. They lost the election to Muhammadu Buhari of the APC. Peter Obi, on the 24th of March 2022, declared his intention to contest the 2023 presidential elections on the platform of the People's Democratic Party (PDP). On May 25th, 2022, Peter Obi announced his resignation from the PDP and also withdrew from contesting the party's presidential primary elections because of the refusal of the PDP to zone the ticket to Ndibo, who it was their turn to produce Nigeria's president. On May 27, 2022, 2 days after Peter Obi resigned from PDP, he announced that he had joined the Labour Party and would be aspiring for the presidency on the party's platform. On May 30th, 2022, Peter Obi emerged the presidential candidate of the Labour Party after other candidates like Professor Pat Utomi stepped down for Peter Obi. While Peter Obi was governor of Anambra State, he was appointed to a number of national committees. These committees are the Federal Government Committee on Minimum Wage, the Federal Government Committee on Negotiations with Labour on Subsidy, the Federal Government Committee on Mass Transit, the Federal Government Committee on Natural Resources, the Federal Government Economic Council Committee on Power Sector Reform, the National Economic Council Committee on Sharing of MDGs Funds, the National Economic Council Committee on Accurate Data on Nigeria's Oil Import and Export, Agricultural Transformation Implementation Council, the Subcommittee on Needs Analysis of Public Universities in Nigeria, the National Economic Council Review Committee on the Power Sector. Who is Peter Obi's wife? Peter Obi got married to his wife, Margaret Brownson Usen, in 1992. Their marriage is blessed with 2 children, a son and a daughter. It was rumored that the marriage was about to hit the rocks in 2017. Margaret debunked the rumor while describing it as the height of wickedness. Meanwhile, Obi has tried as much as possible to keep his private life off the public eyes. Peter Obi's children are Gregory Peter Oseloka Obi, his son, and Gabriela Nwamaka Francis Obi, his daughter, who is the eldest of his children. His daughter Nwamaka is married to a Chicago-raised businessman, Chukwuma Okeke Ojiodo. Their wedding was held in April 2022. Peter Obi described his daughter as a teacher in a secondary school. Peter Obi's son, Gregory, is a philosophy graduate from Bristol University, England. Peter Obi has achieved so much in his life and has received numerous awards of excellence. Some of them are the Sun newspaper Man of the Year 2007, the This Day newspaper's most prudent governor in Nigeria 2009, the This Day's Governor of the Decade for 2020, Champions newspaper Nigeria's most trustworthy governor 2009, West Africa ICT Development Award for Governor of the Year 2010, Zik Leadership Prize 2011, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation's Best Performing Governor on Immunization in Southeast Nigeria 2012, Ezife Leadership Foundation Leadership and Good Governance Award 2012, Methodist Church of Nigeria Golden Award on Prudence 2012. Business Hallmark Newspapers Man of the Year, 2012. Silverbird's Man of the Year, 2013. The Voice Newspapers Award for Astounding Example in Leadership and Governance, 2014. Champions Newspaper Most Outstanding Igbo Man of the Decade, 2014. Nigerian Library Association's Golden Merit Award, 2014. Potential Equestrian Order of St. Sylvester, Pope and Martyr, 2014. The Catholic Diocese of Onitsha's Golden Jubilee Award, 2015. While in government, Peter Obi had stellar achievements. He was the first gubernatorial candidate in Nigeria to legally challenge to its logical conclusion his governorship electoral victory that was denied him. He won in the courts and reclaimed his mandate. He was the first governor in Nigeria to legally challenge his wrongful impeachment and was reinstated by the courts. He was the first governor in Nigeria to seek the interpretation of tenures of governors when INEC allowed elections to take place in Anambra State when his tenure had not expired. The election already concluded was cancelled and he was allowed to complete his tenure. He was the first governor to serve a second term in both the new and old Anambra State. He was the first governor, while still in office, to be appointed a special advisor to the president. He was the first serving governor to be appointed into the Presidential Economic Management Team. He was the first among the governors to be honored with a national award in 2011 while still in office. Though the only governor whose political party was in government in only one state, he was elected vice chairman of the Nigerians Governors Forum twice. Though the only non-PDP governor in the southeast, made up of 5 states, he was elected by the other 4 PDP governors as their chairman for 8 years rather than the usual 1 year. Anambra, under Peter Obi, was the first state to commence sovereign wealth savings, the first of its kind in sub-Saharan Africa. At a time many other governors were leaving huge debts, Peter Obi left the equivalent of $500 million in investments, as well as local and foreign currencies, including $156 million in dollar-denominated bonds. For the first time in the history of Anambra State, ambassadors and high commissioners of notable countries such as the United States, Britain, Russia, European Union, South Africa, Belgium, Israel, the Netherlands, Canada, among others, visited the state. Before his tenure, Anambra was practically a pariah state, blacklisted by the diplomatic corps and the international development partners. Development partners such as UNDP, UNICEF, the World Bank, DFID, the European Union, etc., which did not have ties with Anambra State, started working with the state. Anambra was consistently hailed as one of the best states in development partnership and commitment to reforms for good governance. He was recognized as the best governor by the Millennium Development Goals Office and the UNDP in the implementation of their programs in Nigeria. The Nigerian Debt Management Office (DMO) rated Anambra as the least indebted state in Nigeria, in spite of the visible and measurable achievements recorded in various sectors. The state under him did not borrow or raise bonds for her various projects. The Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria rated Anambra State as the most financially stable in the country. The state's groundbreaking return of schools to their original owners, the churches, on the 1st of January 2009, and subsequent partnership with the agencies in education saw the state move from the 24th position out of 36 states to number 1 in the National Examination Council (NECO) and the West African Examination Council (WAEC) for 3 consecutive years. This made the World Bank to commission a study led by the renowned Professor Paul Collier of Oxford University on this revolutionary partnership and phenomenal achievement. The state also entered into strategic partnerships with the churches in the health sector. This symbolic relationship resulted in a tremendous boost to healthcare because of the services offered by the health institutions owned by voluntary agencies, while the state restored grants to the agencies and made available to them more than $500 million in various types of support. Through partnerships with the church in the health sector, Peter Obi's government funded the transformation of Iyenu Hospital, Ogidi, Our Lady of Lourdes Hospital, Ihiala, St. Charles Borromeo Hospital, Onitsha, Holy Rosary Hospital, Waterside, Onitsha, and St. Joseph Hospital, Adazid. Peter Obi's candidacy for the 2023 presidential elections. Peter Obi, as at the time of making this documentary, is running for the office of the presidency in the coming 2023 general elections in Nigeria. His stellar performance while in office as the governor of Anambra State has made him the most popular and credible among the candidates contesting for the office of the presidency. In the space of a few months, he has gathered millions of followers and supporters around Nigeria and the world at large. His supporters are called obedient and are drawn from all regions and sections of Nigeria. His campaign has brought hope to many suffering and hopeless Nigerians, and his supporters are bent on doing their possible best to get him elected as the next president of Nigeria. Millions of Nigeria believe that this is the one who will lead Nigeria out of the abyss.
VCGC, like, comment, share, and subscribe.